Scroll through sports media today, and you are immediately hit with a wall of noise. Pundits shout over each other, contrive outrageous takes for engagement, and react to every minor error with manufactured hysteria. But for 22 years, the preeminent voice of British football sat inside a BBC television studio and rarely raised his voice above a steady, authoritative calm. Alan Hansen was the undisputed analytical anchor of Masbate. He dismantled professional athletes using a terrifyingly calm vocabulary. Under his watch, lapses in defense were routinely labeled shocking, diabolical, or simply mediocre. His assessments carried absolute weight across the country. In 1995, after Manchester United fielded a young squad, he famously declared on air, "You can't win anything with kids." United went on to win the double that year, but the phrase became immortal precisely because it was Hansen who said it. To a modern viewer, he is a familiar face behind a desk. But what specific history gave him the right to be the ultimate judge, jury, and executioner of English football? The irony is that he almost abandoned the sport entirely. At age 15, Hansen walked into a plate glass panel, requiring a 2-hour hospital stay and 27 stitches across his forehead. He stepped away from football for 2 years to focus on golf, even turning down an initial professional contract from Hibernian because it would interfere with his amateur golf tournaments. His father and brother eventually pushed him back toward football. He joined Scottish club Partick Thistle, and his precise defensive performances quickly caught the attention of Bob Paisley, the legendary manager of Liverpool. In May 1977, Liverpool paid £100,000 for his transfer. Over the following years, he shed any early awkwardness to become the prototype for the modern ball-playing centre-back, tall, elegant in possession, and ruthless in the tackle. This timeline tracks his dominance during Liverpool's golden era: 8 league titles, 2 FA Cups, 4 League Cups. His domestic medal rate was historically unmatched, and success extended beyond England. 3 European Cups were added, cementing his status at the pinnacle of continental football. On the international stage, he earned 26 caps for Scotland. During a 1979 friendly at Hampden Park, he found himself tasked with defending an 18-year-old Diego Maradona. Hansen later noted that the future World Cup winner was virtually unplayable. When Hansen sat in the BBC studio dissecting a poorly organized defense, he was drawing directly from his own career. His televised standards were the exact perfectionist requirements of the most successful club team in Europe. But his perspective on the game and life was shaped by a profound tragedy. On April 15, 1989, Liverpool played an FA Cup semi-final at Hillsborough Stadium. A massive crush in the overcrowded standing pens resulted in the deaths of 97 fans. Hansen was on the pitch for the opening 6 minutes before the match was abandoned. In the immediate aftermath, he attended 12 funerals and visited the injured in hospitals. He later categorized the period as the blackest of his life, noting that the sheer number of broken hearts was incalculable. For decades, he fiercely defended the victims against false narratives. When independent reports finally vindicated the fans, Hansen publicly wrote that the findings explicitly removed any excuse of ignorance for those who misunderstood the disaster, honoring exactly what the families had been saying from the start. 2 years after Hillsborough, persistent knee problems forced Hansen to retire. Though he was heavily linked to high-profile management positions at clubs like Huddersfield, Manchester City, and even Liverpool itself, he firmly declined them all, deciding he simply had no interest in coaching. He walked away from the pitch having survived the highest pressure of elite athletic success and the deepest trauma of an unimaginable disaster. By the time he picked up a microphone, he had zero tolerance for trivial complaints or half-hearted efforts. Instead of managing players, he managed the national conversation. He took the strict, exacting tactical rigor from the Liverpool dressing room and translated it into clear, accessible analysis for the public. Before Hansen, televised punditry rarely engaged in deep defensive analysis. He trained millions of fans in their living rooms to look for positional discipline, tracking runners, and the mechanics of a high line. The depth of his connection to the public became obvious in June 2024, when he was hospitalized with a severe illness. Messages of support flooded in from across the entire global football community. far beyond the fan bases of the clubs he played for. The following year, the British government officially recognized his dual legacy, awarding him an MBE in the 2025 New Year Honors for his specific services to both association football and broadcasting. And on May 25, 2025, his legacy came full circle when he presented the Premier League trophy to modern Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk. Alan Hansen proves that true analytical authority isn't won by shouting the loudest into a microphone. It is earned through a lifetime of championship rigor, the endurance of profound tragedy, and an uncompromising demand for greatness.